And so the cliffhanger is, and I even got a banner for it, did we pass?
Welcome to From Cover to Code, the Technology Book Club. Join us as we discuss artificial intelligence, DevOps, software development, cloud computing, and more. With your hosts, Angela Andrews and Michael Jenkins. The next episode of From Cover to Code starts now.
And we are live and direct in the building.
Look at us.
How are you doing today, Angela?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing, Michael?
I am very well. I'm excited to just chop it up with you today because we are putting a pin. We are just like writing, not even the pin, the punctuation point, the end to this particular
we are
journey
popping
that
that
we've been
balloon.
on. We are busting it. We're wrapping up. So I'm excited. I'm in a very good spot.
We are done. This book, we've
hold
done
up my Kindle here.
From cover to code. We've done it all. There was very little code, but there were some activities, which I thought was very nice to introduce you a little bit to AI in AWS. And yeah, I mean, I have so many thoughts. I have so much to talk about, but I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah,
you know how
indeed. Right. So, but yeah, just to summarize what you say, we're wrapping up AWS Certified AI Practitioner,
yes.
AI-C01 Study Guide by Tom Towley. And we've been reading this in preparation to take the Certified AI Practitioner exam presented by AWS. So we read the book, we did the exercises, we did some offshoot stuff, which we can talk about how we prepared for the exam. And then we took the exam since the last episode, since we last got together, we took the exam. And so the cliffhanger is, and I even got a banner for it, did we pass? Now, we don't have to go into our passing status at this point. Let's talk about, maybe look back at the book.
Yes.
Let's review our preparation, what we did to, go into taking the exam, maybe even our exam experience, because I think we both did testing centers as opposed to tests at home.
I think people would be interested in doing that, especially if they've never gone to a testing center.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. And then we'll go into our results, how we did on this particular exam. That sound good? That
sounds great.
All right, cool.
Get off.
Well, yeah. So like I said, we were reading the book. It was cool. It covered a lot. I also took a look at the official study guide that Amazon shares on their website. Maybe if I can find a link for that,
the exam guide, you mean?
Yeah, the exam guide. Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And it tells you the topics, the percentage of each topic, what services were in scope, what services were out of scope. Yeah, there you go. Holding it up for everybody on the live to see. Yeah. That was also helpful. And I think Tom, in his genius, pretty much followed that pretty closely with his explanation and his examples and everything.
So I think if anyone is creating material for any type of exam, you have to go to the source. You have to go to the testing body or whoever is providing you with these with this exam and figure out exactly what they want you to cover. I mean, we all know AWS is a swath of services and it is a lot to take in. No one knows everything about every service. And when you liken that to taking an exam, it cuts down on the number of services and things that you need to concern yourself with, right? So if you can just focus, which I love the fact that, he talked about the in-scope services and features, and then he talked about the out of scope. So which is great because it's like, don't waste any thinks on it. So you can really hone in on what services were on this exam.
Yeah. And I guess the other, and I can't remember if he mentioned it in the book, but I know you mentioned it and we talked about it, was even the preparation for this exam that it could, because I'm just looking at it, says like target candidate description, that if you take the cloud practitioner certification or you prepare for the cloud practitioner certification and then do the AI practitioner cert, you're probably better positioned because you're more familiar with some of those foundational level
I
services
agree.
like S3, like IAM, and so on. So if you're coming in with this cert as like your first introduction to AWS, then you're kind of at a loss because you don't know all of those foundational things. But if you do the cloud practitioner, you say, hey, my goal is to get to the AI stuff. But since I'm new to AWS, I'm going to start with just like the cloud and like, tell me what the cloud is and how it works and all that kind of thing. Because he gives you like a brief,
very brief in the first chapter. Yeah.
And some of the other material are like, hey, check out cloud practitioner first. And then you kind of get into like, okay, what is AI? What is ML? This is how it works. These are the foundational algorithms. This is the history. And then you get into the services and everything. So we already kind of had some of that foundational information or, experience because we've been AWS for some time. So that didn't apply to us as much. But I think for somebody who's coming in just out of the gate, brand new, maybe take a step back and go to cloud practitioner first and then ease your way into the certified practitioner or certified AI practitioner.
Agreed.
Yeah. And then it's looking at the content domains, content 1, fundamentals of AI and ML, domain 2, fundamentals of Gen AI, because I think Gen AI was more of the focus from AWS's perspective.
Yes.
Applications of foundation models, guidelines for responsible AI, and then the final domain was security, compliance, and governance. And oddly enough, I think looking back in our discussion, the security, compliance, and governance discussion was the longest discussion we had out of all the things that we
didn't we? Oh, we went in. We went in on the security section. I have to agree.
We really did. So, I mean, that was kind of interesting to see that, security, even though it's the last thing, and I think it's the smallest percentage.
It is only 14.
Yeah, but we had the longest discussion about security as it is.
It was a well-written, stated chapter. I really have to tips hat to Tom for, the book was really good overall. But domain 5 security the last chapter really did it for me, did it for us, because like you said, that was the longest we ever went in on any of these chapters. So
yeah, indeed. And what the crazy part is, as we record this on April 1st of 2026, the past week or so in security and AI has been just like a page turner with security tools the supply chain for security tools being hacked, the like code for AI being leaked. It's just like there's so many security related events going on, which just stands to show how important security is in all of software development and utilization. So it's all too important. Yeah. God bless all the security engineers out there. I know y'all are having some sleepless nights.
I'm gonna pray for y'all because
past couple weeks. Amen to that.
That is not a good place to be in. When things go wrong and you're the corrector of things going wrong, that's a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure. So yeah, definitely. I know a couple of security folks who eat, sleep, and drink it, and this is probably what keeps them up at night. So I definitely respect that.
Yeah, no doubt. Quick pause to the folks that are joining us live on LinkedIn, YouTube. Shout out to Tech Coach Ralph joining us live and direct. Glad to have you on the live stream. Always a pleasure to have your comments and contributions to the discussion.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Welcome to
and
the
to
party.
The folks on LinkedIn, thank you for joining us as well. And for the folks that are catching us up, after the fact, on MySpace. I always like to call out MySpace. I don't even know.
You really should.
Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're watching from on your podcast player. Thank you for joining us there as well. So yeah, any other thoughts on, well, I guess that's the thought on the book, the exam guide. What else did you do to prepare before you went into the exam outside of our discussion and reading the book?
Well, I started taking a Udemy course on AI practitioner from Stefan Marek. And if you're in the AWS learning exam space, you probably know his name. And he had a course out there which carved out a bunch of sections in the AI practitioner exam. I did that. I did not finish it. And I also, it was the book, it was that course, and it was practice exams. So he too has practice exams on Udemy that I attempted to take. And I bought one from Tutorial Dojo and never took it.
Oh man.
So here's the thing. I really, as we were reading this, we were reading it as readers, like, but we knew we were going to take the exam, right? It had always been the point of it. And until the very end, I wasn't reading it to take the exam. I was reading it to read it. So, and that's different. That's different.
Yes,
because if you're taking a certification, you are trying to remember, you are trying to recall, you're trying to put the pieces of the services and features together, what settings are what term is for this. And I didn't do that right away. So I was hoping the course would give me a little bit of a push. But there's so many hours in a day, right?
Yeah.
I'm also studying for the AWS SA Pro. So I had to put that down for about a week or so. And I have a study group. So it's like I have to show up. And I just warned them. I was like, look, I have not done the work. I just have to let you know, I've been focusing on the AI practitioner. And of course, everybody understood or whatever. But that's what I tried to do. Now, if I had to say what was the most helpful thing that I had done in this cram phase, because it was really a cram phase for me to study for the exam, I had taken the exam guide from AWS and I plopped it into Claude and I gave it a prompt. And as soon as I find it, I'll give it to you, because what it did was it gave me it calls itself the exam cram guide, 6 days to exam. Okay. Now I'm telling on myself here because it was basically 6 days before the exam. So I had uploaded the exam guide and basically gave it a prompt, and it returned this 23-page document, of which that I kept in my hand. I read it when I woke up. I read it when I went to sleep. Hey, there's a term on here that was on my exam, which I will not tell you because we will not be disclosing what's on the exam. And I sat there and said, I have no idea what it is. And it's in your study guide. It is literally on one of the pages. So, but I do think this was helpful for me. For my 6 days of studying in earnest, this was what was helpful for me, along with having read the book over the past few weeks. Okay, awesome. How about you? I too stepped outside of the book, using the book as sort of the focus for my exam prep. I started a course that I also did not finish. It was on LinkedIn Learning, and the name of the course, I was trying to look it up as you were going down. AWS Certified Practitioner Cert Prep by Pearson and Chad Smith. 5-hour long course. So we're already spending time talking, we're reading the book. And so I tried to spend as much time as I could reading it, or rather watching this course, but I was drifting off. So I did not complete the course. It's like 5 hours is not too long. If you could, like, to your point, 6 hours or 6 days prep, if you do an hour a day watching the course, maybe some little bit, that's just an hour a day leading up to your exam, right? It will probably serve you well. I started the course, I don't know, well before that, but working 9 to 5, trying to have a life, reading the book. And by the time I got to the course, I was just kind of like snoozing. I didn't, give it the justice that it had.
the authors of that course, they did also follow the exam guide, did a very good job of diving into the materials. So just looking back, I think with the exam guide as sort of the initial starting place, and then the book, and then the course, if they're all aligned, you're going to get the repetition that kind of drills in the information with different perspectives on the same thing. So I thought that was helpful. I just didn't last in for that particular course. I did take something that I did sit through, and because I really just kind of sped through it, was on AWS Skill Builder. They have a learning plan for this particular cert prep.
Oh.
And they have courses. It's like an hour long for each domain of the exam. And I was like, okay, cool. That's pretty slick. Let me, go through as much of this as I can, because I pretty much did this maybe about a week before the exam.
Okay.
So I tried to every day. I think one day I did 2 where I just kind of blast, because it's mostly reading, but it's reading maybe 1 or 2 videos. And then they also have like checkpoint exams, or little quizzes.
Oh, nice.
Where at the end of each module, they're like, okay, we're going to give you a test question, and then you practice your retention and knowledge and everything. The coolest thing that I thought that they did, though, in the skill builder was they had labs that you could kind of do on your own. I didn't do any of the labs, but I want to say they give you instructions, or you can watch somebody's screen while they did the lab. So you can like sit back, and they will like they'll log into AWS, they'll click through the console, and it'll get to a point where they're about to do something, and there will be something that pops up on the screen that says, hey, this is where we're about to do X, Y, and Z. And then you have to click that dialogue for them to go on and do the next step.
Interesting.
So even if you didn't get into the console to do it yourself, you still kind of had that exposure to how it did it. So I think in one discussion we had, I was like, if you're a practitioner, you should be able to drop into a scenario and do X, Y, Z. Well, if you just took the exam, you just learned it, you never logged in or whatever, and somebody's like, hey, do this task, maybe you could think back to what, okay, wait a minute, let me think about how they did it in Skill Builder. Let me see if I can click the same, like it's a model that you could follow to achieve the goal. And I thought that was pretty cool. Of the 5 domains, I think I got through 3 of them. So I didn't get through
That's
all
not
of
bad.
them. Yeah, I did watch those. And then I too purchased a test exam, or like a set of test exam. I think it was Stephen Merrick's too on Udemy. I think there's like 4 or 5 test exams in there.
Yeah.
4. Yeah. And I didn't take them. I never made the time to take the course.
We tried.
So
we tried.
Yeah, we did try to get it. But so it's not to say that the tools and resources are not out there. You just have to figure out, for yourself, the best way to apply them. And I think we did the best that we could. Yes. We just couldn't get through all the stuff. Yes. But as we discussed when we first started this book, is you really have to schedule the exam and know how much time you have. Mm-hmm. And then, okay, once you got that time, then you really got to make a plan of how you're going to, what the resources are, what the opportunities are, make a plan and then apply it, and you'll be good.
So I think I know that's where I fell down.
Okay.
I did not plan. I planned, again, I was in the middle of studying for something else at the same time. And that's where my focus was. Now, although I'd committed to this and I knew I had to find the time to do it, it never really felt like enough. Like I never felt like I was giving it the time it deserved. And it was, to me, it was a disservice because, like you just said, there is a lot of good stuff going on, in the space of AI. You want to understand it. You want to be able to speak the language, and studying for it really gives you the vocabulary that you're hearing and reading on television, you're hearing in podcasts. It really does give you the language. And I say this all the time, even if you do not take the exam, right? Because most people don't need that as their end goal. Their jobs don't require it. They want to learn new information. Well, they just read the book or whatever, or go through the course, and they've done what they needed to do to kind of give them the footing that they wanted. Now, I'm gonna post this. I'm posting as Michael. So if you see it, you know that it's me posting as him. So when I talk about having a plan, I like to have a plan. I have a plan for the SA Pro. I have a plan. And now I will say I'm a couple of sessions behind because I stopped and focused on this, but in earnest on Sunday after the exam, I started back on my plan. So please have a plan, schedule your exam, and then count backwards and decide which materials you're going to use, decide what practice exams you're going to purchase or have access to, how much time can you put in every week, put it on your schedule, right? Make it, if it's important to you, you will make time for it if time allows. And this was something that we both really wanted to do, but there's only so many hours in a day. So
cool. But I think we prepared. We did our best, and then we got to the exam. You led the way with taking the exam on a Saturday. Today is Wednesday, and I literally just took and I don't know why I'm getting emoticons on here and everything. But it's Apple magic. It's something the Apple camera is doing. And I just took my exam on Monday. So even before it's still a cliffhanger now. Before we get into our results, let's talk about literally taking the exam, like from the time you walk through the door, sat down or whatever, took the test, and then get up and get out of there.
Yeah.
I'll let you start. What was your experience like?
So this is the second time I've gone to this testing location. It's actually fairly close to my house. So I knew I wanted to go back there. One, for the proximity. Two, I like the setup, right?
Cool.
We talked about testing at home and the perils of doing that.
Yeah,
and
oh my goodness.
So I went to this place and I knew what I was getting myself into because I had been there once before. You come in and you have your 2 pieces of ID. So that you have to sign in, you have to tell them what exam you're taking and things like that. Then you have to, take off your jewelry, take off your watch, make sure your pockets are empty, put everything in a locker that they give you the key for. And, one last time, pull up your pants leg, roll up your sleeves. So you're going through this. These are security measures to make sure that you're not bringing any implement inside that you can use to cheat on this exam.
Yeah.
So once I did all that, they take you into the room and there's a workstation, a nice sized desk, keyboard, mouse, monitor, and a tower. And on it, they'll have like a little whiteboard piece of piece of paper covered in plastic and a dry erase. And what I like, they have earplugs. So they have these little packs of earplugs that you can take and pop in your ear, and they come in and log in and you're off and running. You accept the terms. They tell you what's what. You got 5 minutes in the beginning. Then you have X number of minutes for your exam. You have 5 minutes at the end to do a survey. And on this exam, they told you if you passed right at the end.
They did. Yeah.
I didn't know that I thought it would be like, another exam. I think not the practitioner, the associate, SA associate. I don't think I knew until the next day. Yeah. Right. So, or maybe later on the same day, I can't remember. So it was a pretty pleasant experience. Now, one thing, I had on a zip up sweater. And the woman was going to let me in. And this other woman just ran out of nowhere and was like, "You can't wear that in there." Wow. And I was like, "Oh, okay. I can't wear my sweater." Okay. I took it off and balled it up and threw it in the locker. So I walk it. Then it's okay for me to walk in the room. I walk in the room. Why do I see 2 people with jackets on? So I looked at the woman. This was not the woman who ran up and said what she said. I looked at her, and not my nicest of voices, and said, "So why they got jackets on?"
Right.
You were telling me I can't wear it. She was like, I was gonna let you in. Like I didn't, and she kept doing like this. Like I was like, you know what? Forget it. Like I didn't want that because it was a little chilly, So I sat down, put that behind me, and started my exam. So, your mileage may vary. You might be able to get away with a sweater in the testing center. I was not able to get away with that. But otherwise, it was conducive to a very pleasant exam experience.
Yeah. My experience mirrored yours quite a bit. All the check-in, sign up, all that kind of stuff. I left as much stuff as I could in my car because I didn't want to have to come in and strip down like I'm going through TSA to take the exam. The one exception, or I guess two exception, is because I have cubital tunnel and carpal tunnel in my right arm from years of bad posture using keyboards and mice and whatever the case is. I was like, I didn't have this on when I checked in on my right wrist. I've got a support on it. And so I showed it to them. I was like, hey, can I wear this? And they were like, oh, well, we got to check it out. So, but they can't touch anything that you have. At least the woman who's checking me in, she was like, I can't touch what you have. So she was like, just kind of turn it over. And I folded it and bended it. I was like, there's nothing inside it or whatever. She was like, okay, that's cool. And I was like, okay, my arm thing is the same thing. It's just a brace, to kind of help support my elbow. So I was like, this is what it is. She's like, okay, that's fine. I was wearing a hat. I had to take my hat off. I did bring a jacket because like you were saying, or in your experience, I didn't know if the building was going to be cold. And if I got cold, I wanted to put something on. It was warmer in this building. So I put my jacket in the locker along with everything else. Okay. I did get the whiteboard. She asked me, the woman who checked me in, if I needed a calculator. I was like, no, I'm not going to use a calculator for this. So she was like, okay, cool. Same thing with the monitor, keyboard, mouse. And for us, we had how you see the people working at the airport with the big headphones to cover their ears.
Yes.
We had those instead of earplugs.
Really?
So yeah. And I put those jokers on and I was zoned out. I could not hear a thing.
Oh,
it was nice. Great. Yeah. And it was pretty busy in the room that I was in. There were people coming and going.
Me too.
But it was a larger room and they were seating, and I think on purpose, people like every other computer as much as they could. So we didn't have individual desks. We had a long table with a monitor every 2 or 3 feet away, a workstation every 2 or 3 feet. But as they were bringing people in, they took me on an empty row all the way down to the wall. So I was like the first person in, and then there was a space. And then if somebody came in, they were like one workstation away from me. So they didn't disturb me sitting down, and so on and so forth. And there was 2 rows in front of me and a row behind me. And there were, like I said, a lot of people in there coming and going, taking whatever test they were taking. And it didn't disturb me at all. I put those earphones on and I was off and running to the races. Took the exam, did the survey, and it was what it was, right? So I guess that begs the question. We get to that point in the discussion, because we can't really talk about the exam per se. I suppose there's certain things we did agree as takers of this test.
Yes.
To not disclose information from the test. So we're not talking about the content of the test. I guess I got a couple of notes or points that I could discuss, and maybe we'll have a beer and talk about it some other time. But in this venue, I guess choose not to discuss that information. But anyway, how'd you do, Angela? How'd you do on this exam?
I passed.
Yay! Awesome. Excellent.
What'd you do? Please say.
Well, I am also a certified AI practitioner.
We did that.
We did it. Sorry to keep y'all waiting all this time to let y'all know.
We were just,
I know.
Just 30 minutes in, we finally say when we
I know. Watch, the viewer numbers are gonna go down as soon as that.
It's okay. We got what we wanted.
Off. Yeah, we did pass. And yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling to have done the preparation, whatever it was, read the book, watch the class, take the test exam, and then sit that exam. And boy, I will say I sweated over a few questions. Like I put several questions on review.
I
and
did
again,
too.
my test taking technique is still guess an answer and then click review and then click next. Because if you don't have time to go back,
Yep, you got to
then
get through that.
You get a 0 for it, right?
Yes.
So I had to flag a few questions for review. Like
it was at least, I think it was like 11 for me. Wow. Like it took me a minute to go back through all of the questions. And after that, I only changed a few. Most of them I was like, all right, well, this was my guess on this one. It's going to stay my guess.
Yeah.
There was nothing that I saw that, you know, in subsequent questions that could have helped me with the questions that I skipped or with the questions that I flagged. I didn't skip anything. I would put answers in and keep moving. But there were only a handful where I was like, vacillating back and forth. So not good at that. It didn't help me getting to the end and say, oh, this is, they talked about this in question 17.
Right.
No, I didn't have any of that. I wasn't that lucky. So
wow.
Yeah.
I did have a couple questions like that where I might have guessed or thought something, and then I came up on a question later where I was like, okay, if this is the answer to this question, then I'm pretty sure I answered this other question correctly.
Oh, very good.
There was one that I could think of. And I will say that during our discussion of this particular book, we talked about the services and their names and what they do. And I think it's so very important. Like, if nothing else,
know the services,
know what these services are and what they do.
Please.
Comprehension, recognition, extract, transcribe. Yeah, know what those services do and how they are applied, because in the heat of the moment, I had to think. I was like, wait a minute. I know we talked about Kendra because Kendra's that girl and she searches everything. But what does she do exactly beyond that?
Yes.
So,
yes. How is she that girl?
Yeah. If the name is not explicit in what the service does, you really got to know what's behind that name.
100%. Yeah. So if we have any feedback for anyone who's considering taking this exam, please know the names of the AWS services and what they do. So in my little cheat, exam guide, it would do an AWS service quick map. So it would tell you the name of the service in one column. It would give you the primary function of said service, and it would give you key exam trigger words. So if you saw, a word, OCR in one of the, it's looking for a term, or if it was doing something talking about a chat bot, so these, again, this was all based off of the exam guide. That's all I fed it, plus the prompt that I put in the chat. And it really did a bang up job preparing you and preparing me and helping me understand a lot of the services and features and settings. So settings matter. Like you would not think on the Cloud Practitioner, there wasn't a setting in the world that we needed to concern ourselves with.
Yes.
But do you think so?
Yes.
A setting on the Cloud Practitioner?
No, Cloud. I'm sorry, Cloud. I'm thinking about this one.
This baby, you needed to tune some knobs.
Yes, there were a couple knobs you had to tune. Yes.
And the book did go over the knobs that needed tuning very well. The course went over the knobs that that needed tuning. So this was definitely a step up where it's just not memorizing services, terms, and features. It is not that. It's a step. It's literally So that was surprising because there were so many that you needed to know. Not a lot, but enough. And they're definitely in this study guide. The knobs that we're referring to, they're definitely in this study guide. So make sure, I don't know which chapter it's in, but make sure if you're reading this book or you're going to use it as a tool for your studying, be sure to know the knobs. What else? What else did we need to talk about here? Blue and Rouge and BERT score.
yeah, the scores were definitely important. But
Yep.
yeah, talking about did we pass or did we not? Tech Coach Ralph says
He
we already
knew.
knew.
How did he know? I have no idea. But
I think he knew we weren't playing around with this. You know, we were
oh,
going to get
okay.
in, we were going to do the damn thing, and
Okay.
we were going
He
to
had faith
get it
in
done.
us.
So yes, he already knew, and I guess he's saying everybody else already did too. Well, thank you for your confidence in us.
Thank you.
Um,
We so
yeah,
appreciate it because
yes,
there was
and getting it
none
done.
for me. What did I text you like right before?
Right? Yeah. Like, hold on, wait, what?
I was like, I don't know what I'm not ready. I am not
Yes.
prepared. This is the worst feeling I've ever had going into an exam. I've never failed an AWS exam, knock on wood, but I've always been prepared.
Yes.
This exam, I was not prepared for. That level of discomfort, I'm not good with. I'm not good with that level of discomfort, not having done what needed doing. You know, I usually get a lot of exam practice exams in. And once I'm starting hitting those 90s on a consistent basis, I know
Yeah.
it's Gucci. I know it. I didn't even finish a practice exam.
Yeah, to that. Yeah. To that point, we didn't have that stamp of confidence to
Nope.
say, like, oh yeah, you're ready. You know, don't worry about it. So yeah, I totally understand that for sure. Oh, but before I cut you off, you were saying scores. You need to know how to score some of these algorithms or responses
Yeah,
from models. Know what a BERT score is.
please
Know what
do.
a I forget. I can't even remember what
Rouge
the other
and
one.
blue. They're
Yes,
colors in French, but they're
rouge
they're
and blue.
knobs that need
Yeah,
turning. Well, you'll review the terms. Review the terms. I
yeah,
will have to say, this book did a really good job. I can't say enough about it because most people don't read books to prepare
yeah.
for exams. Do you know any? Like they usually do what? Take a course and do
Take a
practice.
course online.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
And we did what at least
yeah,
people that I know, like
yeah,
people that I know, a lot of folks that I work with, a lot of people that I've mentored, a lot of people that I know on the interwebs, when they start prepping for an exam, they are taking a course, they are doing the things, they're
yeah,
going through the labs, they're doing the hands-on, they're digging through the practice exams. A book never enters into their
yeah,
study. And we've done, dare I say, something very special here because
yeah,
this is not, I don't know of one person.
yeah.
Well, now I know
Yeah,
of one
even
and me.
yeah. Well, now you know two.
Yeah.
Look in the mirror, you know her too. And yeah, and to your point, other certifications that I've taken, I didn't reach for a book first.
Mm-mm.
I reached for online material, a course, study guide, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then maybe a practice exam. Yeah, outside of that, yeah, I never really looked for a book. So
Now, I
oh, yeah.
will say, let me back up. Have I used a book as a amendment to my studies? I have. Um, the RHCSA.
Mhm.
There's a book by Sander van Vugt. He's a gentleman from the Netherlands that is like known for his RHEL and Red Hat certifications. And for I think I tested on RHEL 8,
Hmm.
and I had the RHEL 8 book, and I would like, read a chapter. He would have like the do you know this in the beginning of the chapter? So you would take this like mini quiz in the beginning. And if you
Hmm.
got anything wrong, it's like, well, you need to read this chapter. Like that. I love the
Yeah.
fact that, you could test yourself and say, do I know enough? And because it was always at the middle or end of my studies, it was kind of cool to like answer a couple of quick questions. It wasn't a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You could read a chapter, read it on your iPad or whatever, nothing serious, because all of my study again was in the course or with the practice exams. And maybe because there's a bunch of terms in the back and a bunch of questions or answers to the questions that came in the beginning of the book, I Yeah, most people don't reach for a book, but because I really like books, I think there's only a few exams where I didn't have a book for it. I take it back. Woo, I'm just Red Hat exams.
Okay.
So when you take a Red Hat exam, you know, take a course, you can download the course guide. And it's really just a PDF book of, you know, the material that you're going through. So you can like go back through it. You can, you know, reread what. So it depends on the exam. And for the most part, do I reach for a book first? Absolutely not. Will I do it again? Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. You've changed your thought and preparation pattern.
I have. Yeah. So
cool. So we're putting this one to bed. Is this one done?
This one's done.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Tom Towley, for the AWS Certified AI Practitioner Study Guide. Before we wrap this one and move on to the next segment of this show, because we're not done. We're not done yet. Don't drop off.
Nope.
Just quite yet. I just want to give a shout out to Sterling McKinley, who's been following along with us from day one.
Yes.
He has yet to take the exam. His exam keeps getting pushed back, but we're looking for your passing score, my friend.
And it's not his fault. It's the
it's not his
fault. So he's having a problem with the testing place.
Yeah.
And I am so sorry because he was scheduled to take his, I think before I was scheduled
before
me.
Yeah.
He was scheduled before me, and then his kept getting pushed out. I think he's now the 11th. So he has a couple more days to study. Hopefully that he'll actually get to sit for, and that's unfortunate because you think about it. When you're ready. You're just like, I just want to throw it all out and just like, and so I feel better, right? You know, you've had that feeling, right? Where you just want to throw it up so you can feel 10 times better. Well, having studied and then having them push it out, imagine like holding that in when you know you're just ready to just purge it. That is rough. And I am so sorry, Sterling, but I know he's gonna ace it because now he got a couple extra days to
there you go.
Compete.
He might have time to take the practice test that we didn't take. You know,
would you? Could you?
I know, right? So we're pulling for you, Sterling. Looking forward to following up with you after you take the exam. So what are we now that we've put this book to bed? We're going to take a little break as we always do in between seasons, just to kind of give attention to things that we have not given attention to as we work and read and prepare and do all this other kind of stuff. What are we going to read next?
Well, I was studying for a cert last fall and I put it down. You know, I had a death in the family and it kind of upended my studies and I never picked it back up. You know, I went head first into, you know, SA Pro, went head first into this and didn't go back to this material. However, because I knew I wanted to go back to it, I had signed up for a course at Global Knowledge to take a course. It was a 2-day course called Terraform on AWS. So they kept rescheduling it, right? I had scheduled it for back in November and they canceled it and moved it, moved it. And I finally said, you know what? This is a lot. Like you're pushing it out. I just want my money back because I can't, you know, get a reimbursement until I've taken the course for work purposes. So they had held on to this like $1,600 and I'm like, just give me my money back. So the woman who, the salesperson reached out to me and said, oh, we're going to have a guarantee to run. I'm like, bet, this is awesome. And it was a week and a half ago. Maybe, was it last? It was maybe not the last, maybe it was last week. I don't know. It was the week before the exam. That's what it was. It was the week before the exam. So I'm excited. I finally get to take it. They had taken, and so if I wasn't getting my money back, ain't no way. Ain't no way. So it was a live instructor or whatever. And it was a 2-day course. And I told you I don't know a lot of Terraform. I didn't learn anything.
That's the kicker right there.
I didn't learn a thing. And because it's AWS on Terraform on AWS, I was looking to because that's what I work in. I work in AWS and I'm, reviewing people's repos. Like that's part of my job. Now, as someone who doesn't know Terraform and you're stuck reviewing people's repos, you have a hard life. Like that shouldn't be your life. That should not be your ministry. But here we are. I am no smarter. We didn't do state other than state on your local machine. We didn't do it to S3. We didn't do anything. When we're talking Terraform on AWS, you expect certain things to be a part of that curriculum. At least I did. And that was my mistake. I had gone into it with, and the explanation for the course made it seem like I was going to walk out of there with some usable skills to help make my job. Yeah, how about that? So I say all that to say, I would love to do some Terraform. I would love to do some like properly and do it.
Yeah, I'm down for it as a Terraform practitioner myself.
Yes.
I think we should take a look at Terraform up and running, writing infrastructure as code, 3rd edition.
3rd edition.
I even got it. Let's see book? Up here, the book.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, at least that's the one that I recommend. If we find something in the meantime that is newer, this one actually came out in 22. If I scroll down to the
okay, I'm looking through.
It is here. So it is O'Reilly Media, and I think you got an O'Reilly account, so you might have access to this.
I do
on your O'Reilly account. So this version 3 or 3rd edition I'm looking at came out in 2022. So I know since 22 that the Terraform language itself has gone through some changes, none of which I think will affect us and our learning per se, but there might be a few newer things in the language today that aren't covered in this book. Maybe just like 1 or 2. I think the basics are still the same.
I'm down with that. Yeah, I'm down with that. So
yeah, this is what I would suggest then. Terraform up and running.
And it's the 3rd edition that you're talking about.
3rd edition.
Okay. Yep. Oh, why do they have an audio book?
Oh, okay. I'm down with that.
I have an Audible subscription, so
as do I. So I will probably get the paper copy of this.
Me too.
But at the same time, I'd like having the audio version. So while I'm driving into work or running or exercising or whatever, I can still consume the content. So
I love that.
That's what I'm going to do. I don't know. Tech Coach Ralph says he learned from a Udemy course for $10. If you're talking about Terraform, yeah, there's courses out there for sure.
So are we taking a cert at the end?
I'm down to take it. So I will say I took the Terraform Certified Associate or whatever it was. My goodness, maybe if this is 26, it might have been like 4 years ago.
Oh, so you ain't new to this. You true.
Yeah, no. I really Terraform was my job. In my last role, I used Terraform day in and day out. I basically built infrastructure for developers to run their apps, and we use Terraform to create the modules that were reusable, and then we use these reusable modules like Legos to just build out the infrastructure.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We built the CI/CD to deployed it, help them configure it, and once they configured it, then it's kind of on them. It's like, hey, call us if the cloud breaks. Don't call us if your app breaks. Call us if the infrastructure breaks, and we'll help you. But yeah, that's what I did. That was my 9 to 5, and that's what we were talking about earlier before we got into the discussion about having jobs that are roles that are fun. Let me tell you something. When I was in that role working with Terraform day in and day out, I was having so much fun that I would continue to work. Like I was probably putting in maybe 60 hours a week because I was
like it, did
it? But it didn't feel like it. They were literally getting more than their money's worth in salary from me because I wanted to learn more about Terraform, about AWS, and how to automate. So I was just like kind of building up my skills, having fun with it, but at the same time, like doing my 9 to 5. And I think there's no better place to be than when you're in a situation like that. So God bless the people who are struggling in their 9 to 5, with stuff that's not fun. And God bless y'all that are having a great time every day in your work. I envy you. Yeah, I'm enjoying my job today as it is. Oh, yeah.
Yes. So we say all that to say, we
Yes.
just had this conversation about there's 168 hours in a week, and we spend about 25% of them, the 40 hours that we're allotted for these roles, doing something. To spend a quarter of your week on something, it should bring you some sort of joy or some sort of, pride or something. Like, I put a post out on LinkedIn. If you know me, you know very well. If it ain't fun, I ain't interested. Seriously. And I know it's like, well, work serious, I've had some of the most serious jobs, and I always make sure that there is some enjoyment in what's being done, because we know the work is hard. The work is the work, but the people make it matter. The type of work matters. And honestly, it's more people than anything, because if you work with a bunch of if you work with a bunch of meanies,
we'll just leave it at that.
About to jump out my mouth. It was
right.
Like, that makes it very difficult to even do the stuff that you like to do. So I say all that to say, my folks out there, if y'all, in roles that aren't feeding you or aren't serving you, try to find some joy somewhere in there. If you have to make your own, then do it. Right? We spend way too much time at work to be hating it and dreading it and stuff like that. So
yeah. And Tech Coach Ralph goes on to say that he gamifies his workflow. I was doing the same thing, because I would be like, give me the tickets. My thing was like, let me close these tickets, or let me get the tickets, number one, and then let me update all my tickets, boom, 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 and then let me close the tickets. So we're coming to our stand-ups or whatever. It's like, yeah, how are you doing, Michael? Well, I closed all these I'm done. Like, give me some more. Like, what else you got?
Those tickets. What are you talking about?
Exactly. So yeah, make it fun. Make it enjoyable and beneficial to you as a person and as a somebody who's pursuing a career. So
yes.
All right. So
I'm going to, since we're going to get this book, I'm going to get I need a paper copy, because I got to doodle and put little markers in it. There is a course on Udemy by Brian Krausen. And apparently he's one of the better, I don't want to say better. He is one of the very capable people who teach on Udemy, and Terraform in particular. Now, I did hear that the Terraform Associate 003 is done. The beginning of the year, they came up with a new version, 004. So there will be differences in this book, which we're fine with, because the language is the language, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But there will be some things as far as the exam that might be a little bit different. So I am going to supplement my learning with the book. I'm going to supplement it with a course. It could be his, it could be, it could be a number of people, but we shall see. We shall see. Ned in the Cloud, he has one, I think, out on
Ned Bellavance is the Terraform OG.
He's that dude.
On Pluralsight. Yeah, I follow him on Pluralsight, so whenever he releases something, I get updates, and I'm going to check it out. I was like, let me see what Ned is talking about. So yeah, he's definitely got some good materials out there as well, and I'm pretty sure he also has cert materials as well if you want to go that route. Yeah,
does. So you know what?
It's
I'm gonna check.
Yeah, it's all par for the course that way.
I have all the learning subscriptions. I always
know, right?
Like for the same. Isn't that well? It's beneficial. You know what I mean? Like just like we're sitting here bouncing around ideas on what to learn and where we want to learn it next and things like that. It is definitely worth its weight in gold. The fact that I can look up, pull up a book, on an O'Reilly book at any moment and read a chapter and do whatever. And then maybe if I want to get some hands-on that's not inside of my organization, pull up a sandbox in Pluralsight,
There you go.
Mix and match your tooling for your learning. And I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. So
yeah, I'm the same. And I sometimes have maybe too much access because I've got LinkedIn, I've got Pluralsight, I've got a Udemy subscription that I tap into. I bought just recently, it's just like some random Indian course website. I bought a lifetime subscription for there. It was $100.
Okay.
So I bought that. I've got Audible. I do tech books on Audible. So I'll stop there. That's
keep going. Because I know you can.
Yes, I'm about to say I probably could. I'm trying to think if I still have like a Coursera or something like that around.
Okay. All right. So
I like learning materials. That's
me too.
That's me.
Me too. Yeah. So I'm not trying to one up you, but I'm subscription addict. Why he call us out? Why are you calling us out like that, sir?
Yeah.
So let me enlighten you. I do have O'Reilly, right?
Okay.
They have courses, they have sandboxes, they have books. Yeah. O'Reilly is awesome. I used to have A Cloud Guru, but they
they merged with
Pluralsight. I have Pluralsight. I have Pluralsight. I have Code Cloud.
Oh yeah.
I have Udemy, a subscription to Udemy, and I want to say that's it, but I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not. So did you count? Because I wasn't counting.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't count yours. It was in the fives or sixes.
Code Cloud. Oh, good God. I don't know. There's definitely something else out there.
I mean, count your Audible too, because I feel like
true.
I'm picking up stuff on Audible, like tech books, fiction, nonfiction, whatever. I just count that as another service that that gives me access to content, and I take advantage of it.
I agree. Audible. We're going to check that book because, like we just mentioned, Terraform Up and Running is on Audible, and I will be downloading that book, and we'll be listening to it. Today, I have 10 credits. They were nice enough to email me this morning and say, you have 10 credits. And I'm thinking to myself, how do I have 10 credits? I'm always listening to an audio book. It might be because I have 5 different library cards and I get books all over the country. Like,
so you're getting the free books so much that you're not even getting the paid for books.
That's my dilemma. I'm never going to stop though. So it's a nice problem to have.
Yes, indeed. Cool. Well, I mean, I don't know what more to say. I'm glad we have wrapped up the AI. I'm looking forward to the Terraform. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Lots of code. I can't wait to start going through the code for this. Because I love my demos.
Yes.
So, and I'm looking for some demos from you because you don't be hacking.
You ain't got to worry about me.
Okay.
Like you ain't got to worry about me. I am so ready for this. I am so excited. Thank you to everybody who's been rocking with us. We've been doing this for over a year. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. This is season 4.
Year 2. Yes. We are in year 2. This all started as a notion on LinkedIn, just a comment, and it has bloomed into this. This is the high point. I look forward to this every week. I look forward to reading what we need to read. I look forward to sitting down here and just having a good time with you and Tech Coach Ralph, because he is a part of this podcast.
He's always in the building.
Right? I don't care what nobody say. I absolutely look forward to this. And you think about how much we're learning week in and week out.
Yeah. And that's the key.
We're learning.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're having fun making ourselves better.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get any better than that. Yeah.
So
cool.
Thanks for rocking with us. Thanks for listening. Thank you for being a part of this. We love that you're here. We appreciate you. And I'm assuming you're here because you like to learn just as much as we do. Yeah. So keep rocking with us.
Yes. Thanks for joining us. And be sure to tune in for the next season coming soon. Terraform all day, every day. I can't wait.
So excited. I'm so excited. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Indy. Until then, we'll see you.
Bye-bye.